Hi, welcome. It's time for my town hall this week, this Sunday, and for a campaign update. I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, or Susan Buchser for short, and I am a candidate for President of the United States in the 2024 election. I have not conceded. I'm still waiting for the Supreme Court to make a ruling on my lawsuit. And that's me. Welcome. So this is supposed to be a town hall. That means that you, the people, are invited to join in. I've sometimes had people join in, but it hasn't happened that often. So I would like to hear from you, because I can sit here in my RV and I can make videos and I can tell you what I think. But what I think and what is reality and what maybe you might be interested in are different things. So the floor is open for anyone to join me in a discussion about the world, the USA, how to make things better, what needs to be done, and who can do it. So I had to get some water. Welcome. So it is, let's see. The middle of March. I'm doing taxes right now, personally, and, it's more taxes for corporations than anything, and it's a big pain in the butt, but it's getting done. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I see that, or I hear that Donald Trump is really starting to follow my plan a little bit as far as taxing goes. So he made a suggestion this week that he would like to cut taxes across the board federally for income tax cutting. So anyone making under $150,000 a year will not be required to pay income tax. And that's a whole $50,000 more than what I suggested, which is not wrong. He obviously has people working for him who did the research, and I haven't had time to do the research. So I was saying 100,000, and he went around and found really where a good line would be. So I am now with him on my level. So I think if he is suggesting 150 as the line, and if you make over 150, then you have to pay income. You have to pay tax on income. And if you are making under, then you don't. And I'm good with that. So it means he's listening. He heard me, or somebody heard me and got it to his ear. And that's great. That's great. He's in a position, sadly, that I am not in. I have to take care of my taxes first, and then I can move forward on finding out what happened with the election and what happened with my votes, and straighten this out. So that's where I am. So, Donald Trump, I'm with you. I think that's a great idea. And it's my idea, so I really think it's a great idea. And thank you for getting people to do the research and finding out a different level, which is even better for a lot of people. So, I appreciate that. And now we have to think about the 1% tax on all money that are in bank accounts or wealth. A 1% tax on wealth. over, I say 200,000, but if you get your people working on it, they might come up with a different level. But I think 200,000 is quite a bit, although in comparison now to the income issue, it might be too low. We might have to go higher or lower. I don't know. So anyways, I guess get your people working on it and let us know. And that way we can, get that 1% from the wealthy people who are not taking an income and not paying taxes at all. So this is a wealth tax on people who are so wealthy they don't have to have an income, and they don't. So yeah, if you want to do that too, I think it's a good idea. Add it to that, because that will bring in more money from a group that's not paying taxes right now. Them, we do need election reform, and if you want to work on that problem too, Mr. President, go ahead. And maybe what I should do is send you another email. I've sent you a couple now, but yeah, maybe it's better to do it that way. We need election reform because my vote is not counted and many others are not counted. Also, I heard that someone I know was told how to vote incorrectly, and so her vote was not counted because it did not get recorded. And this is unacceptable. Now I hear too that West Virginia wants to allow non-citizens to vote in municipal elections, so in your local town election. This is what our Congress, our legislature in West Virginia is contemplating. And this is stupid. And you know it. This is going to be another way to use people's who walk in the door to get them to vote, and then use the rest of their slot that is not allocated to them to vote and get your person in. It's just another way to go around manipulating votes. And it's unacceptable. And if it passes, shame on you. U.S. citizens vote. That's our right for paying taxes. That's our right for being in the country and living here and buying things here. We are citizens. We get special treatment. We get special opportunities. And that is to vote. If these people want to vote, they have to become citizens. That's how it works. Is nobody thinking, there are benefits to being a citizen of a country, normally. That's what I've experienced. And for some reason, there is a big bunch of people who don't want that. I'm not going to say a big bunch. I think it's a very select few who know how they can manipulate a system of voting by having fake names on the list. And so this is unacceptable. No. You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to have a passport and proof of ID, proof of where you live. Because passports don't have where you live. They have you as a citizen. So everyone needs to get a passport. So that we know you're a citizen. I know there are other ways to prove it, but I think it's a good idea to have a passport anyways. Because if you want to go to Mexico or Canada, you need one. They're not U.S. states. So you need them. Or if you want to go to the Caribbean. Jamaica. So, yeah. So campaign-wise, I'm not doing much anymore. I do still have my signs on my vehicle, but I changed some of the wording to read, USA, count my vote. West Virginia, count my vote. Shame on you, Democrats and Republicans, and so on and so forth. All the things I've been saying about the fact that they've cheated and they didn't count everybody's vote. And they didn't count votes for me as a presidential candidate either. So I'm fighting for citizen Susan and presidential candidate Susan. So, and ultimately, in fighting for me, I'm fighting for you. Because I'm not the only one whose votes were not tallied, and I'm not the only one who didn't get their vote counted. So ultimately, what I do for me is going to benefit you. Because I'm doing everything pro se, I can't, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't litigate anything. I can't do it for all of us in the name of all of us. I can only do it for me. And you can do it for you, or you can do it, well, yeah, you can do it for you if you do pro se, or if you hire an attorney, then you could do it. You could organize it for all. And, you know, the other part of all this is that I'm doing what I can to make our country and our world better. I don't know if there's something maybe you can do. You know, we need people doing things to help. It can be as basic as helping to fix a road in your community, or as involved as running for a political office as well. That's up to you. I don't know. So, what else is going on? Elon Musk is still under a lot of pressure, but I think he's discovering things, and I'm glad the government voted to keep the government open, although I haven't looked at the bill that was signed. So, I mean, it could be that they took all the money away from the Parks Department. I have no idea. I don't know if it was a good bill or a bad bill. Do you? So, but it's hard to do everything. So last week and this coming week, I'm quite busy with taxes, but I am still doing a little bit of my own fun things. And, yeah. So that is, my plan. And then after that, then I should be freer again to focus on other things. It's just, I gotta get through my taxes. And, I'm not good at following instructions. So, you know, it's a little bit of a nightmare for me. I don't know if it's my dyslexia or something, but, you know, we have to make our tax code simpler. This is really insane. And if a normal person can't do their own taxes, then there's a problem. And I consider myself pretty normal. And so if I'm having difficulty, just imagine how others are doing. So, yeah, we need to fix up the tax code. Federal and also local. State. Yeah. So I don't know what else to say. It's a town hall. Do you have any questions for me? I know a lot of people say that they want to be my friend. Well, we are friends, you know? So if you want to say something, you can put it in the comments. And I'll try to respond. Yeah. Write your congressman, write your president, tell them your thoughts, give them advice. Sometimes they follow it. So, yeah, different tax code. You know, Trump is using the tariffs like I would so that we can get people spending money in the United States on U.S. products rather than buying European products here that are even cheaper than buying them in Europe. This is not acceptable. We're not here to be the sales room for the whole world. And plus, it's better to focus on U.S. products because we are the U.S. and they're made here and we support our businesses. But then also, if European products or other products from other countries get too expensive because of the tariffs, then they'll stop selling them there. So stop selling them here. And then what makes it great is then if you want it, you have to go to the country and use it there, which is fun. It's fun to go to different countries and learn about their specialties. Like Switzerland is known for its milk chocolate, and France is known for its wine, and Japan is known for sushi. So we can't stop the sushi makers because they're here anyways, and sushi is made in a different way here, I think, than it probably is in Japan and Taiwan and every place that it's made, Korea. But it's also nice to go to the places and have the experience for yourself in real life experiences. So this is, tariffs, they sound bad, but they're actually good. And we need to, what we need to do is get the apprenticeship program working now. Because if too many tariffs go in and we don't have people learning how to do the activity we're taxing, then we're in trouble. So it's time to start the apprenticeships. And since school is already underway, I guess it's going to be ending soon, but we can start with moms that are returning from being mothers who want to start a job, to criminals who have been released from prison who want to start working. We can put these people into apprenticeship programs, or foreigners who are coming from abroad and want to start a new life here in the U.S. We can put them into an apprenticeship program. So, it's time to get those apprenticeships going so that we can fill the gaps where they're needed. Two things I want to do that are urgent. We need to get our gas quality, miles per the gallon quantity. We need to get that better. We're the laughing stocks of the world right now. Other countries get 25, 30, even 50 miles to the gallon with hybrid machines. And here we are selling cars that get 12 to 15, maybe on a good day they get 20, and this is unacceptable. Detroit, it's unacceptable. So what we do have to do is we have a whole bunch of old cars that people are still using that need to be upgraded. There's got to be a nice, easy way to do that. So let's get people working on that concept, and let's get that done, and let's train a whole bunch of apprenticeships all over the United States to do that, to put that in. And so, it should not take more than a day to do. You bring your vehicle, they do what they have to do, and they put it in. Or we set up specialty shops. The other thing, and then people will get more miles, 30, 40 miles per the gallon. And that will save the public a lot of money. Everyone will benefit. Then the other thing is these headlights. We got to do something because, so what I've noticed lately is where there is a little reflective paint on the ground, you can see it, but not if the headlights from the oncoming car are over bright. And that's the biggest problem. or the headlight or the lights above. Sometimes the streets are lit, and if they're using those new lights too, and if they're too bright, they are causing the lines to disappear. And this is dangerous at night, period. Where are the police? Why are they not coming forward and talking about this? Where are the emergency vehicles saying this has to stop? I need backers. I need people to come forward and say this is not acceptable. So we need the best solution, because, people started putting in their own headlights, and that is where the problem lies. Because there used to be a law that they had to aim downward, not upward, not up, and, not straight down. And the reason for down is because the paint has to have a certain angle so you can see it. So with that said, we need to, technically, what we really need to do is start aiming the lights downward. So Detroit, start designing cars so that the lights go down. Then we also need a filter on the headlights where the people are doing their own thing with the headlights. We need a screen or something to dilute and diffuse the light. So we need that designed, and we need to aim the light downward. But first and foremost is all over our country, and we can be the leaders of this, we need to cover the above head lights that are too bright, that are coming down and shining down on the roads at night, that are diluting the street paint that we can't see it. And you know what I mean. So we start there. All over the country, we need to put a filter on those lights so that no matter what light goes in, we can still see. They still do their job if they're truly needed. But, some of the lights, I don't think they're needed. But anyways, so we need to aim the light down, but it has to be diffused because it's too bright coming from the street lights now. So once that's done, then we also need to focus on getting the paint on the ground. We also need to focus on fixing the potholes. I've never seen roads so bad. It's disgusting and unacceptable. I always, when I travel, and I see these terrible roads that I have to drive on sometimes, I'm like, if I was a busy mom working 2 jobs and trying to raise, 2 to 3 kids, and I have a crying baby in the car that just finally fell asleep and I hit a pothole. How is that going to make me a successful mother? The country has to work with the people, not against them. And I'm holding every state, every governor responsible. And every congressperson responsible. Technically, Congress is in charge of our roads. And they're not doing their job. These are post roads. They need to be fixed. All of them. Congress, it's time to do your job. You're very good at spending money on war, but on taking care of our country, you're lousy. You're fired as far as I'm concerned. So we need money on the roads, fixing them up, fixing up the lights. Public safety is number 1. Mother and baby safety is number 1. Once we get the paint on, we get those overhead lights fixed, and we get the potholes taken care of, then we can really focus on making sure all the people have filters on their lights so that they don't blind the person coming at them. And we need to teach people how to properly aim the lights downward. And then maybe at a future date, once everybody starts aiming their lights downward, then maybe we can take those filters away. But for right now, they're going to have to stay. So, Mr. President Trump, if you're listening, talk about this. Let's make the public safe again, Since I know you're listening, listen. This is important. And I guess it's time to get the Mothers League, Women's League up and running. So, yeah. It's time. We have March 20th, which is the change from winter to spring, so we could do it then, because being, a woman and girl, it's fertility, and earth is fertile, and so on and so forth. That would be a good day. Or we can just pick a random day. March. It might be nice to change April Fool's Day to another day. Although maybe we do need to keep April Fool's, but kind of change it to something else. I don't know. Another good day would be the 18th, March 18th, Tuesday, or the 28th, 2/8. I don't know. But we need a Mother's Day, or maybe April 8th. I don't think that's anything yet, but maybe that could be. We need not a Mother's Day. We need a Women's Day, Women's League, Girls League. It's time. It is time. So, anyways, President Trump, if you're listening, let's talk. You can contact me. I'll be 9:30 on Wednesday. I'll be available here at my town hall. You can join me then, and we can talk about it. Since you're already doing my tax idea and stuff, I know you're listening. So have a look. And then we have some other things we got to do to help our country. Yeah. So campaign-wise, that's my news. Town hall, no one was really here to speak. I don't know what people are thinking or wanting to talk about. But put your comments down below. If you find this on YouTube, then feel free to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel that you found it on, and that way you'll always get the next videos that I produce. And that's how it goes. So I want to thank you for stopping by. My name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, or Susan Buchser for short. If you want to find out about me and my lawsuit and what I'm doing, you can go to my website, susan4usa.com. That's Susan, the number 4, usa.com. So that's my news for today. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day wherever you are. Bye.